right. Ho, 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 ho. I was just looking at the title of today's show thinking, the beard I have is going to make this Christmas very, very fun. How are you? Happy Wednesday. What can I do? The question we started with yesterday. It's typically a Wednesday question. Use it today. If you get lost today, just say, what can I do? You'll figure it out. Or, by the way, you can also ask somebody else, what can you do, right? You can figure that out. Say it nice. It can sound mean otherwise. Today, though, speaking of mean, speaking of surviving, speaking of... The holidays are coming. I know it doesn't seem that far away, but, you know, like my wife says, hey, Halloween's just around the corner. I didn't know that was a holiday, but she says that. How do you survive family and friends when the holidays get crazy? We'll talk about that today, give you a head start into the season. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day, because life begins when you move, and that's what we focus on all the time. 17 years now. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer at a place called motivationtomove.com. By the way, that's where you can get all the stuff that I do, and it's growing every single day and building every single day as we kind of make it so kind of a hub to find out stuff like my Boost coaching calls we're doing this week. You can find out when we do those calls at motivationtomove.com. I'm going to open them up to the public here for a couple of times rather than just premium members, so you'll have the chance to do that. So be on the lookout for that to be opening so we can help you with that. Wow, kind of a fun week here. It's been kind of crazy. Yes, today marks the 12th week I've been growing this beard. I know it sounds silly. People are saying, this is a beard, Scott. Yeah, but I never had one before. And you'd be amazed by how many people say, yeah, I tried, but I couldn't. I did too, but I couldn't. And then I did. So if you're setting a goal, use this silly example of me growing a beard and transforming and then letting my hair get out a little bit and have a little bit of fun. Let me be an example of perseverance and patience, because it takes months and months and months to transform your life, transform your business, whatever it happens to be. You got to do that. You just got to get out of bed and keep doing it every single day. And that's what this show is all about. Podcast OG Daily Boost. 17th season. Can you believe it? So today, I want to talk about the holidays. They're coming. Just a matter of time. Over the river and through the woods to somebody's house we're going to. Holidays are coming. I know it's a big surprise. People say, how did it get here? So where did it come from? I wouldn't. It happens every year, right? It's coming, and we're going to have some issues. So I want to give you a heads up very early on to begin to think about this and some ideas to think about as you get in. And you can practice between now and the craziness happening, because the craziness is coming. Surviving the holidays with family is what we're going to chat about today. Daily Boost Premium members, you don't have a commercial today, do you? How do we survive the holidays with family? How do we do that? It's simpler than you think, really. Millions of people are going to travel. You know, pandemic's over. People are traveling now. Maybe you are too. We're all getting together. COVID's still out there. It still causes issues. We had family and friends that got some COVID stuff the other day. You just almost forget about it these days, but it's going to happen. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the attitude and the people. I'm talking about the lips running, people saying stuff, people dressing in certain things, people acting in a certain way. To me, the holidays are a time when we have a chance to really express how we feel to others, and we should enjoy them. Get excited about them. We should go to parties. We should participate in work activities. And yet, how do we deal with that? Well, in the spirit of good times and you having a good time, a few ideas about surviving upcoming conversations. And I'm going to focus on conversations today because I think that's where it happens. Something is said. You don't say that to me. Did you say that? Did you hear what he said? I overheard somebody say this and that. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, I know. It is. First thing. Rule number one. It is just a stressful time of the year. Now, we can debate this because a lot of parents that have kids will say summertime when the kids don't go to school is the most stressful time of the year. The most relaxing time of the year is when the kids go back to school. But okay, so here's the problem. At the holiday season, what happens to the kids? Well, they're not in school anymore. They come home, right? And then they bring home their friends. And then your family comes over and maybe you're packing them all up and going someplace else. Wow. It's stressful. So a little empathy. Understanding. Put yourself in the shoes of other people. That's the first thing. And you could use this every single day. You can practice between now and the holiday season just by doing this. Just always think about where they're coming from. Whoever you're talking to, put yourself in their shoes. Something happened to them that day. You never know their story. I'm always amazed by what's happened to people, and they put on a happy face, and they put on happy feet and the whole thing. They dress really nice, and yet there's something going on. So it's going to happen. Money can be crazy. The kids are going to be crazy. The stress is going to be crazy. Whenever you run into anything, just have a little empathy. Just get on the other side and say, okay, where are they coming from? That's going to go a long way to help them calm you, okay? You can get through anything if you do that. Number 2, Uncle Bob, it could be Aunt Brenda, or any name you choose. I don't really care. Doesn't really matter. Could be anybody. Could be the boss. Could be anybody. They speak their mind, particularly when alcohol's involved. It always amplifies things. What do? Zip it. No need to speak your mind. It's time to practice self-control. If you get in that situation, it's just time to do it. And do it in a nice way, not a condescending way. It's just time to practice some self-control. Don't say a word. No need to add fuel to the fire by adding your 2 cents. Smile and nod. Exit as soon as you can. Stage right, stage left. I don't care. Jump off the stage head first. Doesn't matter. Sometimes the wrong conversation deserves you just jumping right off. Who cares? I'm just saying that it'll get worse if you add fuel to the fire. It gets better if you just kind of let it flow and don't antagonize it. So number 1, it's going to be stressful anywhere. Have some empathy. Number 2, if Uncle Bob or Brenda or whoever it happens to be says something that gets you all torqued off, don't show it. Just be calm, be cool, and exit as soon as you possibly can. And trust me, if they're in a situation, particularly if alcohol is involved, and you exit, they're not even going to know you went. So don't worry about that. Number 3, and this is the positive part of all this stuff, because again, we hit, boom, it happens. You can lead with this first, but still you're going to get hit by these people. It's common sense. Boom, Scott logic. We just get right to the point. Show interest in others. No matter what the conversation does, and I did this with a class reunion years ago, and I've done it with every single reunion and almost every event I've ever gone to now for 20 years. It is not about me, and I'm an interesting guy. People want to talk about me all the time. Wait a second. Do they want to talk about me, or are they talking about me because I like to hear about me? You like to hear about you too. So when I go to an event, what I try to do is always spin the conversation back to whoever I'm talking to, ask some questions, find out, show I'm interested in them. I make them the most interesting person in the world. And in return, they think I'm the most interesting person in the world because I've taken the time to chat with them. So number 1, just have empathy. Number 2, exit stage left or jump off the stage if you have to. Number 3, show interest in the person you're talking to and spin the conversation around. You might have fun. You might be amazed by what actually happens. And give yourself plenty of space. That's my final thought for today. Plenty of space. Because when you have plenty of space, you're going to find that things are just a little bit better. The holidays are kind of difficult. The holidays are a problem. The holidays are a challenge. And sometimes what you need is some breathing room. I just need some space. It's been said by moms and by dads, by kids, by everybody of all time. When things are crazy, busy, and when you feel like you're not yourself, it's time to go be yourself. And sometimes that means being all by yourself, doesn't it? All right. So tomorrow we're going to talk about a bad experience and how to overcome a bad experiences, why you just shouldn't let it bother you. If you're like me and you're a little bit more sensitive and you like to be a little bit more sensitive, I never have bad experiences. But sometimes I do. And when I do, I'm like, huh, what happened? So I tend to take it fairly hard. I know how to handle it, but at the same time, I don't like it, but it does happen. That's called life. We'll chat about that tomorrow. In the meantime, why don't you visit me at Facebook? Just go to dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Also, if you'd like to be a premium member, get these shows commercial free and a whole lot more, go to dailyboostpremium.com. If you can't remember all this stuff, you can only remember one thing. Just go to motivationtomove.com. You'll find everything we need there, including the new Boost coaching that we're going to open up to everybody here very soon. And that's where you'll find out about that. Make sure you do it. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.